Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Today we got a new video here running. We got an iPhone X. We're not gonna do the back, so that's for another video. Today we're gonna do the front. Actually, this one, the phone is on, but as you guys can see, it's not showing any image. So we're gonna go ahead and we got the replacement screen right here. So I'm gonna be teaching you how to do it. First, we got our tools here. We're gonna use a tweezer, Phillips screwdriver, pentaloop, and the Y screwdriver. And I'm gonna use a razor blade too. So here we go. We're gonna start by removing the bottom screws. So we have two bottom screws right here. We're gonna go ahead and remove those, just like the other iPhones. I'm gonna put it in here. So iPhone 7, any other phone, you know, that's a signature of the iPhone. Two pentaloop screws on the bottom. There we go. As you guys can see, you can it's actually bigger than the iPhone 7 or any other. I'm gonna use my razor blade to open it. We have some cables right here on the top. There is like three cables, I believe. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna start from the bottom, like always. Get the razor blade in between the frame, the metal frame, and the plastic frame of the screen. So we're gonna just crack this open. It's just hold by adhesive around. You just go pushing with your razor blade on the side, and it's gonna open like this. As you guys can see, we have some glue, some adhesive right there. It's not a big deal, and it has these kind of brackets, then it holds it in place. So we're gonna open this phone. When you open it, you gotta be careful. I'm gonna open from the bottom, but actually you're gonna open from left to right, like this. As you guys can see, even this one shows a little bit of water damage, but no problem. We're gonna check the new screen, and hopefully everything is okay. So first thing we're gonna do is removing, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws, which are the Y type. I'm gonna use this kind of screwdriver. Let me just show you the screwdriver so you guys don't get confused. Right here, right there, you see, that's the type of screwdriver. Just to have it in mind, okay? When you get your tools, don't forget to get one of those. So we're gonna remove these screws. Always keep your screws organized. That way, when you put them back, you don't confuse them, because some of them are larger than the other one. And believe me, if you don't put the screw back in the same place, you might end up damaging your device. Alright, after removing those screws, we have this metal plate, and you just have to lift this up. That's it. That's this metal plate holding the cables. We have a bunch of cables, guys, a lot, but the only ones we're gonna disconnect first. Always remember, unplug or disconnect the battery to prevent any short on the device. Okay, so then we're gonna proceed. Okay, I see two cables. One is on the top. I'm using my nail, guys, because I usually grow my nails, but you guys can use like a guitar pick. I'm gonna show you, like you guys can use some of the guitar pick, and anything which is easier for you. And the last one we're gonna unplug is the ear speaker flex cable. Also some sensors. Right here. So, and the screen is gonna split like this. I mean, we're just gonna remove the screen like that. It comes apart. You see, we have now our iPhone X crack open. It's pretty funny how they make this battery. It kind of give you the look like two small batteries. Okay, right here I have an iPhone 7 Plus. If you guys see, we can compare the batteries. This is one single solid battery, and this one is like kind of dual battery. Okay, this is a battery from one of my friends, and yeah, look like it's kind of dual battery. As you guys can see, is the two little cables come together on the middle right here, and the cable connects right there. It's like dual battery. Okay, instead of the iPhone 7 is one single battery, and the capacity is let's see, the capacity is 2716 milliamps, and on the 7 Plus is 2900 milliamps. So it's larger. We can say like the 7 Plus holds more power. Some other different we can notice is right away is we have the cameras on the front, and sensors are attached to the housing of the phone. They don't come on the screen. That's what we usually see on an iPhone. They always put the front camera attached to the screen, to the LCD, whatever. And on the 7 Plus or 8, it comes on the front screen, as you guys can see. But on this one, it comes on the housing itself. So that's the first iPhone they make with the OLED, which is supposed to be like better quality. No LCD, no backlight on this one. So that probably is good. But I didn't really think this one worth $1,000. So I'm just waiting to see if Apple make some better designs. But whatever. We're gonna go ahead. Now that we remove the screen, we're gonna go ahead and I see a couple of screws right here. Actually, I see 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 screws right here. I'm gonna remove those screws. We have 3 of them. They are holding the ear speaker, which of course the ear speaker is still attached to the front screen. Okay, we'll see if something come loose or not. Okay, it's feel a little loose. I want to just lift it. See if I'm not ripping something apart. Okay, as you guys can see, I was able just to lift this, which seems to be the ear speaker, which I like it because, as you guys can see, it's larger. It's a much bigger ear speaker than it used to be. So that means like it's loud. So after that, we have what it seems to be a couple of sensors right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this a little bit and see if they can come out without any damage. So I'm gonna use my heat gun, and I'm gonna just like warm this up. I'm not gonna apply a lot of heat. I'm gonna just like warm it up a little bit. Okay, let me just try to get in there with my guitar pick. I'm gonna do it very carefully. I don't want to rip anything. Let's see. Always do it with something very soft. That way you're gonna avoid any damage on one of the key components, which I don't want to. Imagine I break this cable, I might have to end up getting another one, and that's gonna take more time. Actually, this is working pretty good. You see, I'm lifting from the bottom to the top. Make sure all these sensors are coming apart in one piece. And just I'm gonna reheat more, just a little bit more. And remember, guys, never just pull something. Always like apply some heat. If it's like taking, if you have like doing a lot of tension and the thing doesn't come out, just reheat a little bit more, and everything should be okay. Okay, I see this is coming out, and as you guys can see, with the heat and everything, that this piece just came out like this. I want to show you. That's the adhesive, this black part that you see right here. That's gonna get cleaned up. And that's the ear speaker, and I think it's the ambient light sensor. Alright, there we go. We're gonna put it on the side. We're gonna check both of the screens, and what we need, we see a couple of things that we need from the old one. As you guys can see, it has these aligners for the cameras. So we're gonna take that and put it on into a new one. I don't wanna take any chances. Also, and I think in the previous videos, you guys tell me, "Oh, you forgot to remove and put the aligner on the new one." So I'm paying attention to your comments, guys. So, all right. You see, just because the heat we apply in here, you see how the LCD actually becomes yellow. That's when you apply too much heat, they become yellow, and that's because the polarizer, and which is a very thin layer of plastic, just so you can understand, very thin layer of plastic. Then like kind of fix the spectrum of light, so we can see all the nice colors. Without the polarizer, we might see only like a white screen. I'm taking my time here just to remove these aligners from the old housing, and they just come apart like this. You guys can see that's the aligners. It's one single for the two of them come together. So, and now because on my new screen I don't have this, which is the ear mesh, and look at that, that one looks really bad, disgusting. But we're gonna take this one out and we're gonna clean it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean it. You know, should I clean it before or after I take it out? No, you know what? I'm gonna clean it before, so that way it's on place. I'm not bending it or something. I'm gonna use my toothbrush and apply some little bit of alcohol. That's way too much, and we're gonna clean this up. Usually, when your customers or somebody has a problem that they cannot hear very well, you always check for the ear speaker, the ear mesh. Make sure that's not blocked, because usually dirt, sweat, you know, it mixed, and then it make like a compound, and it just block this little ear mesh. The ear speaker mesh, and people is not able to hear the way it should. So don't worry, it's not the earwax, or it could be. So, you know, always having fun here, like while we fix phones. So that looks pretty clean. I wish I can. I mean, I bet you guys can see through that thing. You see? Now you can see through. Before you cannot even see through. All right, we're gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of heat. So I'm gonna remove the ear mesh in one piece. And as you guys can see, even like applying direct heat to this LCD, it could damage it. So if you're not doing, let's say you're not replacing the screen, just opening the phone look for liquid damage or something, just be careful. Like when you remove the screen, it's better not to use. If you use the heat gun or any other kind of heat, just be careful. Like, do it very lightly. Don't apply too much, because just imagine, this screen is very expensive, and if you are not replacing the screen and you have to later on to replace it because you burn it by accident, that would be a really bad day. I mean, it's possible to do it, but it would be a really bad day for you guys. Okay, this one is well stick, So I want to just apply a little more heat. There you go. Alright, seems like it's coming out. I see a little movement, and yep, it's coming out. I think it's like weld to the frame. Let me see. Oh no, it was like underneath that frame. But anyways, here, that's the little ear mesh. Always pay attention to these little details, because you know when you put your phone together later on, you know it's gonna look kind of ugly. I call out some of my friends when they tell me, "Hey, I did the phone by myself." Oh well, let me see, and they show me, and then they never. Sometimes they forget to put this ear mesh, especially when there's a new device. Then the screen don't come with it, and I call them out, and sometimes they get mad. But what can I do? You know, I just trying to be honest and help them. I mean, that will help you next time. Next time, you know. Okay, seems like there's nothing else for us to remove from this screen, which is pretty weird, because I'm used to like remove a whole bunch of screws. In this case, was only 3 screws. You guys can see one messed up iPhone here. You see, we have this plate and on the top, but now there is a lot less screws. So put that on the side. And what we're gonna do next, before we put all the screen together, all these little parts into the new screen, we're gonna go ahead and test our new screen. That's what I always tell you guys: test your screen. You don't want to put everything together just to find out that the screen didn't work, you know. So we're gonna go ahead, plug in these 2 LCD cables. I'm gonna be very careful here, and plug in the battery, and we're gonna light this up. Alright, now we see some Apple logo. You see, with this screen we didn't see any of that, so we're just gonna wait here, and we'll see. This is aftermarket screen, guys, just to let you know. I was like hustling to get the original, but unfortunately I couldn't. So as you guys can see, everything is working properly. When it means for touching, I can go all the way around here, and you know, all the functions are normal. We can type something here, letter by letter. Always do this kind of test, you know. At the end, it will pay off to do this test. Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn off this device. We're gonna turn it off. Uh-oh, I was holding the wrong button. Okay, we're gonna turn it off, and we're gonna unplug it. Alright guys, now that we have test our screen and everything, I'm gonna start by putting back the ear mesh. Just align it on back into place. There you go. You guys can see that's how it goes. That's how it looks. Alright, next I'm going to put the camera aligner. And from now we're gonna just put these other parts, which is the sensors. Just make sure everything is aligned. I'm gonna remove this extra adhesive, and also we have one little microphone, as always, here. Let me see. We can squish everything back on place. This is just like a puzzle, okay? You just be careful, little by little, put everything back on place. I think when I heat this up, kind of shrink this plastic aligner. That's the only explanation why is this giving me so much hassle. But anyways, we're gonna get through this, and I'm gonna show you in the video. I don't want to skip it. Okay, kind of whining. It went in. You guys can see right there. Okay, now I'm gonna put it right here. Alright, remember guys, to put this aligner, it's better to put it out before you place it on the screen. Okay, this rectangle sensor, and from here I guess this one just falls down like this, and we have the 3 screws. I'm gonna just swap this and put back these 3 screws like that. That's one. We had another one here. That's 2 of them, and this one had this little metal, which I don't want to skip anything. It has this little very tiny metal, and I want to put it the same way. Okay, basically we had completed this, and this one has this film right here, which is just to prevent any shortage of anything. I've seen this before. I'm gonna leave this film on it. I'm gonna leave it. It's not gonna cause any extra heat, because actually this black part of the motherboard is like heat and anti-static, like a little film, and I'm gonna leave it like that. Everything else is on place just like how it was on the old LCD, and we're gonna go ahead and connect everything and see if everything works. Very easy. We're gonna start up by connecting the front ear speaker like this. I guess is some kind of LCD, and I don't know if the backlight has a different cable. Could be. Let me just push this a little bit, make sure it's tight, and I'm gonna go ahead, plug in the battery, and we got our this metal plate to hold all these cables down. From here I want to be extra careful, because remember our battery is already on place, so try to be very careful. Like every screw you put, don't make sure they don't fly away or something. I'm gonna go ahead like this. Some people have trouble, they have a lot of problems sometimes when it comes to screws. You just have to learn the technique to do it at once, even sometimes like the screw, if the screwdriver is not that good. Okay, one more, and that is the last one. That's it. Remember, we're gonna close this from the top to the bottom, just how we used to do it. Because I don't see any difference between this one and the other one. I mean, we're just gonna push it. Okay, I heard something. I heard a little click. There we go. Oh wow, pretty easy. Just gonna push it, and there we go. Gonna turn it on. Oh, but first I'm going to put the bottom screws. Okay, there we go. As you guys can see, Everything is working smoothly, and we're gonna slide up. Try the cameras probably. Okay, we have one camera, and we have the front camera. As you guys can see, we didn't damage any of the cameras. We're gonna do a test if the proximity sensor works. Okay, you're gonna just remove this plastic, make sure it doesn't. You're gonna dial the 611, and we're gonna. You guys see? Oh, perfect! Proximity sensor works just fine. I think the one they say it doesn't work is the ambient light sensor. So as you guys can see, proximity sensor works on the Chinese screen. So everything is working perfect. I'm even surprised. I mean, I thought it was going to work like really bad, or the proximity sensor. We even have some problems on the proximity sensor when we change the screen on with the aftermarket screen, iPhone 7, 7 Plus, or even 8. But on this one, guys, like it's pretty good. Okay, that's gonna be it for that video. I show you guys then if the proximity sensor worked on this or not. But I think that's it. That's the aftermarket screen. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the other one to do this this video, but I want to show you guys how to replace the screen on this one. Anyways, I hope you guys like it, and it help you and your path of learning cell phone repair like it does to me. Every phone that I do, I'm very passionate about it, and wow, this one is 256 gigabytes. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you like it and enjoy it, and let me know what you think on the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. That's the original and the aftermarket LCD. Just judge if it's worth it for you to put each one, or how much money you want to spend on your phone. Okay, guys.